Okay, let's dive right in. I want you to imagine an AI that doesn't just talk about your to-do list, but actually gets it done for you right on your own computer. Today, we're talking about Claude Cowork. And folks, this is a whole new kind of digital intern that might just change everything about how we get work done. But first, a quick question, and be honest with yourself. Does your downloads folder look like an absolute war zone? You know what I'm talking about. Are you staring at a folder of unsorted receipt screenshots from your last business trip? We all have this digital clutter, right? It's that tedious, soul-crushing work of sorting and filing. It's a universal pain point, but what if you could just hand it off to someone else? And look, this isn't about learning yet another complicated app. I want you to think about this differently. Think of it like you're actually hiring a new team member. A really powerful assistant that lives right inside your computer, just waiting for instructions. So, what is this thing exactly? Officially, Claude Cowork, released in January 2026, is an AI agent from Anthropic. And its entire reason for being is to autonomously carry out tasks on your local files. It's designed to bring all the power of these advanced AI agents to your everyday work without you needing to write a single line of code. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Wait, I'm supposed to let an AI have free reign over my files? And that's a fair question. Anthropic built this with safety as a top priority. Cowork runs inside what's called a secure sandbox. Think of it like a padded room. The AI can do its work in there, but it's completely isolated from your main operating system, so it can't go rogue and start messing with things you haven't given it permission to touch. Okay, so now that we've got the basics down and we know it's safe, let's get to the really fun part. What can this digital intern actually do on its first day on the job? What happens when you really let it loose on your files? The capabilities here are, frankly, a huge leap forward. First off, it can read and write directly to your folders. That's the game changer. You give it a goal, and it doesn't just follow steps. It creates its own multi-step plan and executes it all on its own. For really big jobs, it can even manage a whole team of internal sub-agents to divide and conquer the task. And it's not just moving files around. We're talking about generating polished presentations, creating complex spreadsheets, and even using your browser to go find information online. So how do you actually put it to work? This is the key. You don't give it a step-by-step checklist. It's all about describing the final outcome you're looking for, and then letting it figure out how to get there.
You can start with something super simple, totally relatable, like this prompt. You just point it to your messy downloads folder and tell it what you want. Organize subfolders by file type. That's it. It understands the goal and just does it. No more hours of manually dragging and dropping files.
But here's where you really see the magic. You can give it a much bigger, more complex task, like, hey, take this folder full of random receipt photos and turn it into a perfectly formatted Excel expense report. I mean, think about it. That's easily an hour of mind-numbing work for a human. And this just shows you how it thinks. It's not magic, it's a very clear, logical plan. First, it analyzes all the images. Then, it uses optical character recognition, OCR, to literally read the text off each receipt. Next, it builds a brand new spreadsheet with the columns you asked for. It populates that sheet with all the data it extracted, and finally, it saves the finished file right back into the folder for you. Done. Now, what's really amazing is the tech that makes this kind of reliability even possible. Cowork is running on Anthropic's latest and greatest model, Claude Opus 4.5. And this isn't just a tiny improvement. Look at this chart. On agent performance tests, it's scoring a massive 92.3%, a huge jump from the 69.6% of previous models. That is the kind of leap that takes something from a cool demo to a tool you can actually depend on. But it doesn't even stop there. The power of this thing keeps building because Cowork isn't just a generalist. It can become a true specialist for specific jobs through something that Anthropic is calling skills. So what's a skill? Well, think of it like a specialized training manual you can hand to your digital intern. It's a prepackaged set of instructions and tools that transforms Cowork from a general assistant into an autonomous expert for a very specific task. And the range of these skills is just incredible. You've got skills for generating entire PowerPoint decks from a simple text outline, skills for building out complex financial models in Excel. There are productivity skills like smart filing, where it organizes documents based on what they're actually about, not just their file names. And then you get into the really advanced stuff, where it can coordinate its own team of sub-agents to tackle a project. It's wild. But of course, just like any incredibly powerful new tool, or a new employee for that matter, this one needs some careful supervision. It has amazing potential for sure, but it is not perfect. So it is absolutely time for a reality check.
So yeah, what's the catch?
With this much power and this much autonomy, what are the things we really need to be careful about?
So, it is absolutely crucial to understand the risks here. First up, prompt injection. Imagine you download a PDF and hidden inside is a malicious command. If Cowork processes that file, it could get tricked into, say, deleting your entire folder. Then there's the simpler risk of destructive actions. You give it a vague command like, clean this folder up, and it misinterprets you and deletes important files. And of course, data leakage. This is why you have to be smart. Only give it access to specific project folders, not your whole computer. And for goodness sake, always back up your critical data first.
And we also have to keep our expectations in check. Remember, this is still a research preview. Right now, it's only on the macOS desktop app. A big one is that it has no memory from one session to the next, so you have to start fresh with your instructions each time. You do need a Claude Pro or Max subscription, and it's not yet integrated with other cloud features.
But you know, even with all those limitations, Claude Cowork feels like a postcard from the future. It is a very powerful, very clear glimpse of a world where we're going to interact with our computers in a totally different way.
This quote just nails it. We are making a fundamental shift here. We're moving past the idea of an AI as just a clever chatbot you ask questions. This is the dawn of the LLM as a computational worker, an agent that you delegate real, tangible work to.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty mind-bending thought to chew on. What actually happens to productivity, to creativity, to the entire idea of work when every single person has access to a whole team of tireless, autonomous, digital interns, ready to do the grunt work 24/7?
So as you think about that future, if this explainer helped you get your head around where this is all going, do us a quick favor and hit that like button. And to make sure you don't miss our next deep dive, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.